Hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands of real estate agents are expected to leave the real estate business this year. So you might be wondering, should you be spending your time getting your real estate license and starting this career if so many people are making an exit and it looks like things might get kind of bad? Well, in this video, I'm going to uncover the truths to that statement, and I'm going to uncover some of the pros and cons of getting your license and starting a real estate career this year. Let's dive right into the video. My name is Chris with the Empire of Real Estate YouTube channel. On this channel, we create content for real estate entrepreneurs to help you grow your business. As my way of saying thank you, I want to give you my free listing presentation template. That way you can take it to your next listing appointment and crush that appointment. It's fully editable in Canva. Feel free to click below and download that template so you can use it at your next appointment. Thanks for tuning in. So you may have heard the news. Things are kind of looking a little grim for the real estate business. You may know that a lot of agents are expected to turn their licenses in and completely quit the business. So if you're just thinking about starting this career, you might be saying to yourself, is now the right time? Am I making a mistake? Is this business really worth my time? Because let's face it, you're gonna have to spend some money getting licensed. You're gonna have to spend your time getting licensed, going through the pre-license courses. And if you're gonna be a full-time agent, you're gonna have to walk away from a stable 9-to-5 job in most cases, just like I did 7 years ago to make this thing actually happen. So in this video, I wanna uncover some of the pros and cons of getting licensed this year and becoming a real estate agent. So before we get into all the negatives, I want to go into some of the positives. So the very first positive is the opportunity to start your own business at a very low cost. So becoming a real estate agent doesn't take that much capital investment. Back 7 years ago, I was looking at all kinds of businesses to start. I looked at all kinds of stuff. And one of the big ones that I wanted to do was become a real estate investor, build passive income, flip houses. And that business usually requires a lot of capital. Now, there are other ways to do it that I learned later on, like wholesaling and raising capital and using hard money lenders. There are all kinds of ways to do that. But when you don't have a lot of experience and knowledge in something, it's a little harder to create opportunity without your own capital. So I decided to become a real estate agent just like many other people do. And this career lets you get into the door. It's a tremendous opportunity to learn about real estate. It's a great opportunity to start a business for, in some cases, a couple $1,000s, not much time. You can get licensed in 3 to 6 months if you really put your head to it, and create something that can create a 6-figure income. You can be your own boss. And then many people use it as a stepping stone to step into other opportunities. So I know agents that have started real estate teams, real estate brokerages. They have become house flippers. They have become builders and developers, and they have built these massive real estate empires, all from starting out just building a traditional real estate sales business that taught them the fundamentals of being a business owner, being an entrepreneur. And then they took those skills and took that capital and rolled it into other things, other businesses, and now they're very successful and very well off. So this career is something that you can start, and it doesn't take a lot of time. It doesn't take a ton of money. And if you want to get started, you can even do it online. So we recommend something called Real Estate Express, and they do real estate education online. So you can get your pre-license requirements out of the way. And there's an affiliate link down below. There's usually some sales running, so you can click your state and see exactly how much it's going to cost to get that pre-licensing done, so you can go take your test and then eventually get your license and start doing this career if this is something that you want to do. Number 2, you will not get your time back. So if you're going to wait, it's just one more year that you're going to lose opportunity. So the truth is, building this business takes time. And if I were to start this business today, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't have a real estate team. I wouldn't have multiple streams of income that I built from this business. I wouldn't have all these things going on. I would be starting from square one. So the same thing goes for you. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the next best time is today. So the thing is, I would highly recommend doing a lot of due diligence, looking into things, pricing things out, seeing if this is right for you. But don't wait too long, because the time that you're waiting to do something could be an opportunity cost that is going to cost you a lot in the future because you would be that much further ahead in building your business if you just started today. Number 3, you could boost your income in a big way. Back when I was at my 9-to-5 job, I was capped out. I had a limit on my income. And because of that, I tried to start a bunch of side businesses when I was at that job. I tried flipping watches, I've tried flipping motorcycles, I tried flipping all kinds of things that you can imagine to make a profit. And some of these little ventures really worked out well, and some of them completely crashed. But at the end of the day, I was kind of limited because from 9 to 5 or 9 to 6, I had to check in at that job and I kind of was capped. Now, my job in particular was in banking and I was in sales, so I could earn some extra money by producing and performing at a high level. But at the end of the day, I was still capped out and I can only make so much money at that job. And if I wanted a vacation or if I wanted to do something different, I had to go get approval by the corporation. And I really didn't like that. So when I found real estate, it was like a huge eye opener. Like, hey, I can be my own boss. I can take that cap off my income. And if I work really hard and I hustle really hard, I can make this what I want it to be. And I really love that about real estate. And that's still true to this day about a real estate career. Now let's dive into some of the negatives. So you heard all the good things. Now I'm going to share with you some negatives about starting a real estate career today so you know what you're getting into. I like to keep it real. I don't want to sell you a pipe dream on this channel. I want to tell you exactly how it is so you know what to expect when you get into this career. So the very first thing is we are in a market downturn. Many agents are quitting. And the agents that are quitting, from what I see, are the agents that are just getting in or just got into the business, 6 months to a year ago. 6 months to a year ago, things were a lot easier. You can incorrectly price houses. You could list a house and it would sell in a day. All these things were happening, but they weren't necessarily great things. In fact, some of my lower income years were last year and the year before because we were in a housing market where our buyers were having trouble getting their offers accepted. We were competing against people that were bidding $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 above asking price. And it was very hard to be a buyer's agent. And a lot of my team and the members of my team are very heavy buyer focused. And because of that, it's been a challenge. So just because the rates are higher, it doesn't mean that you can't sell real estate. There are real estate closings going on every single day, but it's going to be harder to find those buyers that are ready to buy at a high interest rate. It's going to be harder to find those sellers that absolutely need to sell and are willing to sell their mortgage and their house that has a low cost mortgage on it and move somewhere else and then, buy into a rate that might be 6 or 7%. So that's the challenge with real estate now. But as the market tends to always do, a lot of those agents that were in are going to leave and it's going to create more opportunity. So while there are less sales going on, if you put the work in and you prospect and you do the activities that you need to do and you're 100% committed, I wouldn't worry about this because closings happen every day and you could be that person closing these deals. Number 2, it's a expensive career. And that's always been true. When you first get licensed and you first hang your license at a brokerage, you're going to get a lot of calls from marketing companies trying to sell you leads, trying to sell you systems, trying to sell you all these things. And as a new agent, it can be really easy to say yes, 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 because all you have to do is write it off in your head. For example, if somebody calls you and says, hey, I'm going to sell you leads and they're going to get you one closing per month, but it's $1,500 per month, you might be saying, hey, one closing, I'm going to make $6,000 or $7,000 on that one closing. Why wouldn't I sign up for this lead source? This sounds like a no-brainer. But what tends to happen is you sign up for all these things, then the closings might not actually come, and you're on the hook for all these reoccurring payments that eventually drown you out of the business, and it actually costs a lot of people, to go broke, and it's scary. So I would highly recommend, if you're going to get into this business, just be very aware of that. Keep yourself lean and mean, keep your expenses low. Now, if you're gonna buy certain things, just be very, just think about it long and hard before you decide to buy it. And then if you do buy it, make sure you use it every single day so it produces you an ROI. There's nothing wrong with buying leads and buying things that produce an ROI, but many new agents buy all this stuff and then they never get a return because it just doesn't work, or they're not working the system because they bought too much stuff and it's just too overwhelming. Number 3, it's just going to take much more effort. The truth is, the real estate market over the next year or two probably will have less opportunity and less transactions going on than it did 2 or 3 years ago. And that's not a definite thing. It all depends on rates, it depends on the market, it depends on employment numbers. There are a million things going on. So I don't want to say this is a definite, but the chances are it's going to be much more competitive and much more challenging to get these deals. Real estate is already a challenging industry, but when the market cools down, it's even more competitive because the top agents are all going for the same people that are transacting, and you have to compete and play ball with these top agents that might have been in the business for 5, 6, 7, 10 years already. And that can be an uphill battle. But if you're willing to take that challenge on and you're committed and you want to make something better and you want to live that life of your dreams and chase things and you're really ambitious and motivated, don't be spooked by this, because you can make it happen. And if you put the work in and you just do the basic things like practicing your scripts, doing role play, making your prospecting calls, you got this. You can make this happen. So don't let the competitive nature of this business and the downturn in the market scare you away, because you can totally do it. Now, if you think you're just going to walk into this career and it's going to be easy and it's going to be commissions flowing in and it's going to be a simple thing, then I would stay away from it, because this business is going to cost you a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort. And if you're not 100% in, you're probably not going to win. So that's my true story of this market. That's the truth. I don't want to sell you a pipe dream. It's going to take work. It's going to take effort. But if you're all in, you could definitely still make this happen. So thanks for tuning into the video. I want to hear your feedback. Are you going to move forward and get your license? Or are you going to put this on pause, or maybe even just skip it completely? Drop it in the comment section below. And if you like this kind of content for real estate entrepreneurs, smash the like button and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in.